Team is better tonight. Couple things before we get started. I wanted to let's see. Today is what they call it, Giving Tuesday, whatever that is. I got something that I like a lot. It's the Switchfoot Bro-Am. Switchfoot's a band, known them since like year 2000, 2001, something like something like that. 2001 is when I got to know them. Don't know them terribly well, but know them enough to they can recognize me on the street, and I'm good friends with the pops of a couple of the members. So here is the link to donate. And then today we're going to eventually get to farting around with the trade simulator. Not a lot of news today. I think we had just rumors, more rumors, and more rumors after that. I think everyone's kind of going, okay, winter meetings is coming. Starts in 6 days. We'll be all over that. Just found out today Doug McCain is traveling out to the winter meetings. Good for him. If you haven't checked out our show we did together, there's one on my channel and one on Dodgers Nation channel. And then let's get going. Yeah, calm before the storm. This is going to be interesting. We're going to mess around a little bit, see what we can do. Oh, you want to try that one, huh, Nando? All right, why not? I like these. So I got, we also had one for, let me get to the screen here, the right screen. There we go. Tarek Skubal. I had thrown him in there with the Tigers. Maybe we'll come back to that one. Let's just try that one. Let's try Brewers and Dodgers, of course. And so from the Brewers, it is, what are we saying? I got to get this over so I can see it better. Burns, Adames, Yelich. So all levels. So this is majors. How's the volume, folks? Hey, Jeremy, welcome aboard. Let's see here. Burns, there we go. Trade him to the Dodgers. And then we also are talking. That's it? What are they doing? Oh, that's just pitching. Okay. All on the majors. Did we say Willie Adames in there? Yeah, Willie Adames. And then Yelly. Let's see, another move here. Yelich, there we go. Dodgers. All right, so do we have them up there? Yes, we do. Oh, boy. And then for the Brewers, we're talking about Sheehan, Stone, Paez. That's Dodgers. And we'll do majors. So Sheehan, Stone, and Paez. Oh, I can't believe they don't have Paez on there, but let's see, Sheehan, Stone, and then outfield. Come on. Pages. I always say pages just because it helps me for some reason. I'm a weirdo like that. So let's see what it shows up as. Well, it has the Dodgers giving up a lot of value. Yelich's contract just kills them. Very good. Thanks, Grizz Monster. Yeah, and I appreciate you guys pointing it out. I really do. I'm trying to make this a better show, so appreciate you. So that would be a go for, you'd think the Brewers would do that. Sheen's got good value. Look at that. Paez too. So it would be risky, especially since was it Burns and Adames are free agents. I am going to take a quick changeover. I need to remove my sweatshirt because I'm already starting to burn up. So hold on just a second. Let's see. I'm not going no shirtless Steve Douglas for you guys. Oh. Make sure I don't pull that off. All right. Jeez. All right. There we go. Sorry, folks. That was kind of gross. Should have done that better. All right. Back at it. Let's go. This. Headphones. Yeah, Steve Douglas. If he's a big fan of doing some of his shirtless videos. If you guys may have seen him out there. So I don't know. If the Dodgers, you might just end up with Yelich after the next year. That's the way I look at it. Bob Nightingale, I wish, right? Hi, Bob. How you doing? You still haven't erased your 2013 tweet about Waka over Seager. But yeah, so that's my concern. Burns gives us an immediate ace for next year. And then after that, it would probably just have Yelich. We would still keep Lux in this trade. But giving up Sheehan and Stone, I'm nervous about giving up Sheehan. I got to admit it. I'm really shaky. I can see it for Burns, but no freaking way do I do it for Cease. I cringe at that. I'd like to keep Sheehan, Pepio, and Miller and go with that. I think those guys could be our future for the next, 3 of our starters for the next few years. Remember, we're losing Buehler possibly after 2024 also. All right, next one, Luzardo. Let's go with that. I like messing with that one for sure. So that would be their Marlins. And let me clear. I gotta clear that. Clear the trade, and then Luzardo. Let's see here. All. Come on. 2. Come on. Now it's being silly. Oh, I really cleared it. Okay, Dodgers. Marlins. Where'd it go? Marlins. And then we want Luzardo. I like that idea, by the way. And we should Trevor Rogers, no relation. Where'd he go? I can't do my alphabet. There he is. Jesus Luzardo to the Dodgers. While we're doing, I want to take a quick look at Jesus Luzardo's contract. And not his, mostly for his when he's going to be free agent. That's kind of what concerns me there. Let's see. So he's a free agent after. Oh man, I'd go all in on this dude. 3 years of Luzardo. I just wonder if they would do that. All right, let's put together a trade. All right, so this one, you probably have to say Sheehan would be one of them. Oops, that's all. Sorry about the navigation. Of course, they got their ads. Let's keep majors, so you'd have to include Sheehan in this one, possibly more. Oh, that's minors. Gosh darn it, majors. There's Emmett. Who else? Barnes. I don't think Barnes going anywhere. I don't think that would happen. Let's see. Let's try Grover in here too. Come on, folks. Grove. Let's see where that gets us. That gets us not quite there. Probably Michael Bush. I would assume that gets us real close. That's about... Let's validate that trade. What do they say? Fair trade. I don't know. What do you guys think? Something like this for Luzardo, Sheehan, Grove, Bush. I think it's going to take more than Grove, though. I think it'll take... That might mean Stone also. Let's remove Grove and we'll put Stone in. Let's see. There he is, Gavin Stone. It's probably a flipping fair trade. Yeah, it'll cost Stone, Grove, outfielders, or Cartier. Yeah, the catchers. Let's take. Let's put Diego in there. He is on the 40-man, but they don't have him here. So let's go all, and we'll go catchers. We'll add Diego into that. See what that comes out to be. That's a... Oh, shoot, I cleared it. Gosh, darn it. Oh, do that again. I thought that was coming out to a pretty fair trade. Was it Diego, Sheehan, and Bush? Probably works. Let's see. Why don't we do... let's do Glasnow and a Rosarena. What is it going to take? What would it take to make that happen? Okay, so we'll start with the Rays because we know what we want. We want their two of their best. Rosarena to the Dodgers. Gosh, I just love that idea. I really want to get him. That would be one of my main targets. I know it's like, well, we need pitching. Absolutely, you need pitching. Okay, so let's go. We'll go Cartaya, Bush, Grove to start with. I think it's going to take more than that. Cartaya, and then all majors. Bush to, come on, to the Rays, and then we had Grove. What does that end up looking like? I think it's going to take more than that. Let's validate that. I think it'd be more than that, though. Ooh. Outman? Ooh. Sheehan and Outman. Let's try it. I'm not in favor of trading either one of those, but let's do. That's what we're here for, right? There's my man James. And then, as you all know, or at least most of you know, Outman's special to me. That would work. That would work. So 1 year of Glasnow, 3 years of a Rosarena. They would get 6 years of Sheehan and 5 of Outman. So probably a good trade for them. Dodgers, you got to give up quality to get quality. Yeah, I'm with you on that. So that's the funny thing about the trade simulator. A Rosarena alone, Sheehan, DeLuca, and Cartaya is probably correct. Let's do that. So we'll leave Sheehan up there, and we'll say Cartaya and DeLuca. And all. So Diego. And then who was it? DeLuca. And then outfield. Oops. Outfield. DeLuca. That would get it done, pretty sure. Let's see. What do they have? They only have, oh man. They only have Josue de Paula 17.1 points. And did I put DePaula in there? I did, not DeLuca. DeLuca, DePaula. DeLuca. They only have him as a 2.9. That's kind of low. I think DeLuca has always been underrated. I don't live near Rancho. I go up there quite a bit during the season. If the Dodgers don't get Ohtani, then they got to make at least 2 splash trades. I agree. They need to make big moves. Yamamoto. Let's just look at. I want to kind of look at all the Dodgers and let's see how they value these guys. I think it's interesting. Let's see if it'll do a nice little sort for us. Please do that. Please. Oh, look at that. All right, Dookie Butt 64.7. Bobby Miller, 63. Freddie Freeman, 56.5. William Smith, 45.6. James Outman, 43.2. So they got him high. Dalton Rushing, 31.9. The highest of the rookies. Michael Busch, 25.3. Bruce Starr, 24.3. I think that's really high for a one-inning guy. Gavin Lux, 23.7. It's good. They at least show him very, well. What do they say here? Availability, yeah. Guys that are not available. Kind of agree with that. Diego, Evan Phillips, Vesia, come on. I think that's really high. If anyone wants Vesia and give us some quality for that, who's packing his bags? That's the question. Let's see here. Let's see what's another one to do. Okay, I saw Burns and Adames for Sheehan and Vargas. Let's try that one. We'll leave Sheehan in there. We'll go. This will become the Brewers. Still Sheehan. Dodgers will get. Okay, so it was Vargas. Miggy. Oh. Everyone wanted to dump Miggy now. I wonder if they have him at third base. They do. Availability low. I would still agree with that. I don't think they're going to just do that. Okay, so Sheehan and Vargas for Burns and Adames, right? Brewers. That would be Majors. You got to figure the Brewers got to be making some moves this year. What's it at? Pretty close. We probably got to give up. We'd have to give up more, I would think. But I'd look at it this. So personally, this is just personal. I wouldn't give up Sheehan for both those guys without really thinking about that. But it's weird because we're trying to play for 2024. Let's straight up though. I would much rather sign free agents and give up the 36th pick in the draft than trade Emmett Sheehan, who I think is the way he is a first round pick now, the way he grades out. And same with Vargas. Vargas still grades out as would be equivalent to a very, very high draft pick. Let's see what we got here. Man, we got a lot. The chat's big today. Thank you. Let's see. Glasnow, Randy for Cartaya, Bush, Stone, Nat. Go up. See, that makes sense, actually. Kind of does. There was one I wanted to do. Okay, well, let's do that one. Well, wait. So, Grizz Monster 7-3. You said it'll only cost Stone Grove and Outfitters Paez and or Kataya. Do you have what was that context of that trade? Was that Burns Adames? I'm assuming. Let's go with that. Burns Adames for I think it's Stone or Grove. So I think Stone's the one with the higher value. He's at 13.1. And then we would have Paez. Oops, outfielders. Kendall George at 2.5. That's funny. That's just funny. Wait, what did I do here? Paez. Oh, because I'm at the value. And then Cartaya. Yeah, but they still have a lot of value on Cartaya, so that's good. And so that would, I think, get it done. That easier to stomach, but not by much. But yeah, I really want to hold on to Sheehan right now. I thought he looked really good. I mean, dude came in, throw 6 innings and no hit ball. That was pretty awesome. Oh, that was for Luzardo. Oh, okay. Let's do that then. Let's take that away, and we'll make this Marlins. I like the idea of Luzardo. Man, I like that. Marlins. That's Luzardo. That's pretty close, huh? Pretty darn close. William Andrews. Oh, what do you say about the reporting interested in Giolito? It makes sense. I'm not like, oh my gosh, that's the guy, but he's a 3 or a 4 in the rotation. He's pretty healthy. He's going to throw a lot of innings. I think he can do better. I mean, he kind of went down the toilet once he got traded to the Angels, and that wouldn't be the only time that's happened to a player. But I look at I'm fine with it, but that can't be the one, because put it this way, if they end up with Cease and Giolito, I think we riot, right? If that's our move, if that's the moves. Now, if it's Yamamoto and Giolito, or Snell and Giolito, or Burns and Giolito, I think that works. Because I have faith that that Pepio, Sheehan, and Miller, along with the Giolito and Yamamoto, then Buehler in there, that works. I think that works. I would go with the 6-man rotation, but they're not going to listen to me. Yeah, Luzardo's got to be the guy. Let's see. Yankees are starting. Cole has an opt-out for next. Oh, that he does. Yeah. I don't know if Cole would opt out, but it depends on what the market would be. His agent is the one and only Scott Boras, and to be honest, Garrett Cole's been one of the best free agent signings that's been out there. He has done almost everything other than like the 2021 playoffs when he just choked. But he's been really good. Cy Young Award winner, deserved it. We'll take Ryu over Giolito. I would too. He's more fragile, but the cost would be better. It's probably only a 1 year, and it's Hyunjin Ryu or Ryu, whatever. Bring him back. Love that guy. Just too bad he can't hit anymore. Yeah. So let's see. What else we got? Do we want to take a look at Well, let's look at Cease, right? Let's just look at Cease. White Sox. And let's throw the Stone Paez Cartaya at it. And let's see, White Sox. And we want Luis Robert, right? At the end of the day, that's the guy. Okay, so we'll go with Cease first. Get Cease in there. So Cease is at 40. That's pretty high for a guy who had a really crappy year. Straight up. All right, let's do the big one. We want Robert. All right, 84. Okay, here we go, folks. Now this is where we have to get weird. I'm going to take. This is where you'd have to give up some really good, some really good talent. Starting pitchers. So we'd have to go with Sheen. We're not giving up Bobby Miller. And I'm going to throw in Ryan. And I'm going to throw in May. Ryan and Frasso, not May. Let's see. Let's see what this would do. Still not there. Holy smokes. Hi, rushing. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, to get Robert, it's going to be a lot.
Hiya.
Robert, oh, fudge. What is it? I want rushing. I think we'd have to put rushing in instead of Cartaya. That contract with Robert is a thing. We're getting closer. We're still not there. Shoot. These, man, all those right-handers, it still doesn't do it. I don't know how we get Robert without giving up some real talent. Thing is, he's not much of a defensive player himself. Yeah, it is a lot of value between those guys. I'm surprised that Cease is that high. He had a bad year. So I don't get it. But, I'm not in charge of this thing. So it's kind of interesting, but it would be interesting to see what Friedman can do. I agree. Frasso value is too low. I think Ryan's is too low also. So it's going to take a lot to get Luis Robert. It would probably take DePaula or Yoandre Vargas, or Maddox Bruns. It's going to have to be one of those huge dudes. Let's go. Speaking of that, I want to look at the surplus again for the Dodgers by ranking them. Muncy looks. Yeah, this thing's a little funny because it's got some funky values in here. It's only got Bruns at 5.7. Yeah, throw Sean Green in too. Yeah, no kidding. Sean Green, lace him up, my man. Time to get to work. They're on Lorenzo. I mean, they don't know. They're just making some guesses with some of these guys. Let's look at what they think the availability of the Dodgers is. Let me go to page 1. Guitars and drums on the 1. So they got Rojas at high. That's so what? He's not. Yeah. They got Barnes' availability is low, but Kershaw's not there right now. Mookie Betts low, obviously. Bueller low. Can't trade him. Ferguson, that's silly. Again, first thing I would be considerate of trading Gonsolin or May as futures. I just don't see them as useful starting pitchers anymore. Robert contract, 4 years left. I'm having issues with getting this microphone arranged the way I want it. Sorry about that. There we go. Yeah, he's a steal. Yeah, that's why the value is so high like that. Will Smith, the only way they trade him is if they decide they do not want to sign him, but I don't see them trading him at all. They would trade Taylor. They'd trade Trinan. They'd trade plenty of these guys. Almonte, Grove, Yarbrough. They'd trade any of those guys. Pepio is not a medium. He'd be a low compared to some of these other guys. Vesia, go ahead. Very low, Lux. And Freeman, that's kind of weird. Yeah. Barnes would have been DFA'd years ago than any other team. Yeah, probably in 2019 when they sent him down. But like Freddie has Jason, Clayton has Austin. But I really believe that Austin Barnes is the future manager of the Dodgers. And then Mookie. Well, Mookie had JD last year, and he's got Jason also. So it was one of those things where the inmates run the asylum a little bit. I understand it. I don't agree with it though. I think a little discomfort is okay. I think this team is very comfortable, and it seems like they're very comfortable losing. I'm just saying. So, what else? Come on, give me some trades. Let's go. Do you guys want to look at Keller with the Pirates? Why don't we do that? I'm not a huge fan of his, but I'd rather have him than maybe him. And I think Cease probably has better upside. Let's go to Keller with L Pirates. Let's see. By surplus, Andre Jackson, old friend. Andre Jackson's a good dude. Super good dude. Hated seeing him go, but I get it. Mitch Keller, 32%. He's got only 2 years? Really? Okay, maybe Mitch Keller might be a good option then. Maybe give up a lot for him. Not this much. I don't need to give up that. I don't need to give up that. I could do that. Paez, River, Ryan, Frasso, just off the top of my head. Okay, I knew Scooble was coming. I had Scooble on first to fart around with. But yeah, Mitch Keller for something like this, Paez, Ryan, Frasso is a fair trade. 4 years of control, being under Pryor. Why not? Okay, Tigres. L Tigers. Come on. All right, so we'll leave those guys there. I think it's going to cost more. So Scooble, oh boy, 50. 3 more years left, though. Oh, man. I think the Tigers, man, I don't know if they're going to be willing to make a move like that. So for Scooble, we are having to part with, I think, Sheehan. Let's see. Scooble. So I think Sheehan's got to go if that happens. Where'd he go? They just don't have him as a high enough. There he is. He's at 20. I actually value him way more than I do Evan Phillips. He's a reliever, 1 inning versus 5-6 innings. Sign re and trade for me, Maeda. I love Maeda as a closer is what I liked. Okay, let's go. So we're going to have to go with this. It would have to be something like this. Sheehan and rushing for Scooble. But we'd have Scooble for 3 more years. So it's something that you got to look at, even though I hate parting with either one of these guys. You really have to give up quality to get quality, especially when you get controllability with those contracts. I mean, that's for sure. Dang, Scooble. Let's go to the Reds. We wanted to look at a guy. I can't remember his name. We'll get it in a minute. Reds. He's probably got a big surplus. Ellie De La Cruz. Oh, only 97.6. Matt McCain. Hunter Green. I'd love to have Hunter Green. But it's not going to happen that I know of. Where's that? There he is. Lodolo. All right, how's this match up? Let's see. We can give up less. Let's go. It's probably something like... we're not giving up Sheehan for him. It's probably something like this. And then something like this. Made as a trade line debt acquisition. Why not? This is something that would make sense. Maybe I need to look at Nick Lodolo. Let's. Let's look at some numbers here. All right. Yeah, he's still got still a young guy. Where is it? Yeah, he's about my son's age. Born in Laverne, so one of us. He did exceed the rookie limits before, so we don't need to give up near as much. It's an upside move, right? He was pretty nice year. 2022, 103 innings, 90 hits, hit 19 guys. Kind of like that. No, fielding independent pitching is fine. Strikeouts is really good. Everything was kind of down, of course. One reliever, Class A from Cleveland is the best. Oh, he is. I would, yeah. I know a lot of you guys said no on this. I'm all in on Hader. I'm all in on the best pitchers. I think you can build with the foundation that's in place between the bullpen, which is strong. I don't want India. He's overrated. Hunter Green, though. Now, if we have to take India to get Hunter Green, fine, then I'm moving India. I think he's overrated. He got Rookie of the Year, but he doesn't impress me that much. Let's look him up. I mean, I think part of it, with the Hunter Green thing is he's a local guy. I mean, India's fine, 1.4, but is there anything special there? Ops plus of 100, 105 on his career. I'm not tickled pink about him. I could see why they'd want to move him. But let's look at Hunter Green. So much upside there. So much upside. 112 innings, 152 strikeouts. Oh, man. A lot there. The Reds they've gotten so much better at developing pitchers. I just think he's going to get better. I like the idea of a Hunter Green for sure. And I think the Dodgers will be looking in that way. We have young starters that I really like. We have 3 of them that I think are ready to start right now in 2024. That's Miller, obviously, Pepio, and Sheehan. They can go right now. And then I think we got a lot of guys coming from behind. Leading off with Gavin Stone. Maybe Michael Grove if he doesn't stick in the bullpen. Frasso, River Ryan. They're just... Landon Knack, keep forgetting him. He's right up there. Problem with Landon Knack's tradability is weird because he's 27 years old. Like a lot of people have been saying, like Michael Busch is going to be the oldest Rookie of the Year ever when he's 32 or something like that. The way things are going, I think Doug said that. But they got all these guys that are just sitting in the system, needing to get work. Needing to be in the major leagues. Okay, let's see. Let's try the Reds. So let's go with Hunter Green. Wait, we want to keep let's get that out. So I know that it's going to take more than Gavin Stone. So from the Reds, we want Hunter Green. And I don't think we need India because he's a second baseman. We have one. His name's Mookie Betts. Righties are a dime a dozen in this organization. Yeah. Nando 390, I completely agree. Destime is done as a starter. Those mechanics are terrible. Absolutely terrible. And you can't sustain as a starter that way. It's a one-inning reliever. Maybe he's one of the best closers in baseball. Okay, Paez. And Sheehan, does that do it? I don't know. Would the Reds do that? I don't know. Reds, remember, some of us, we need to, there's teams now that used to be the dumping ground for, let's take their players. Cannot do that anymore with the Reds. They're a contender. Nor can we do that with the Orioles. They are a contender. Now, we still have the Pirates. as a team. Marlins are kind of, you never know with them. They're just, there's a dysfunction in that organization, I think, that comes from the top. The Brewers are always contending, so they're not just going to dump guys, but the right time, the right trade at the right time. Like I said, maybe the Pirates, Nationals, maybe. I think the Nationals are getting closer, but I wouldn't mind Lane Thomas. So Nationals. I'm not giving up Sheehan for Lane Thomas. That is for sure. Boise, look at these guys. Top two guys are former Padres. Then you got Josiah Gray, former Dodger. Lane Thomas is right there at a 10.5. He's only got 2 years in. So that's good. Straight up. Lane Thomas is a proven major league player, but Andy Paez has a lot of upside. That would be a risk. That's kind of a risk trade for both teams. I wonder where the Nationals have Ruiz at. Keibert. They only have him at 5.4, but yeah, he's got 2 full years in the majors now. That's years remaining before free agency. I think I've been getting some things wrong here. So Lane Thomas has 2 more years before he's a free agent. Okay, got it. Yeah. Let's see. I'll play DeLuca over Thomas. Yeah, probably, but I wonder if the Dodgers believe in DeLuca. I'm just wondering that because signing Jason Heyward, to me, it was just a punch in the mouth for DeLuca, saying, hey, you're 25 or 26, but guess what? You, at best, you're probably just a platoon player. So I hate that. I hate doing that to a young guy like that. Let me just check real quick here. See if anything broke on Twitter. Let's see. All right. Grizz Monster, I see your comment. Your volume on video is 3 out of 10 on max, 3 out of 10 on max volume. So that was the previous one. What do you think it is now on a scale of 1 to 10? Grizz Monster 7.3, please. Yeah, I just wonder how much they believe in some of these guys. I don't know. I just get really frustrated. Anyone else we want to look at? Interesting to see what what the Dodgers. To me, it's fascinating what they have the Dodgers guys at. They have Austin Barnes down at the bottom. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Negative 3.3. Really? Thank you. Okay. Yeah, on my side, I maxed it all out. So, and everything's fine. I got my hearing's good. One of the things I had to do was mute my monitor because that was where the feedback was coming from. Chris Taylor with negative 1.4. And that's probably because it was contract. And that's the years before free agency. Wow. It's really weird to see how they think of these guys. Because really, I think Josue DePaula at 17.1, that's pretty high, I would say, for a guy on it's at low A. He's going to be a really good one. DeLuca is a 20. Yeah, I like him. 2020, yeah. He's super fast. He's a strong guy. He's turned himself into a more of a power hitter. And I'm not on the right screen. Sorry, folks. So yeah, DeLuca's turned himself into a power hitter. And then, yeah, it's pretty cool what he's become. And I want them to reward him like they let Outman play through it, and he earned a spot. I think DeLuca does the same thing if they let him. And that goes back to some of my issues with Heyward. Heyward is, by all accounts, a wonderful guy, a wonderful human. He had a really nice year. I don't think he's going to be able to replicate it, but maybe he will. Maybe he found something. I just don't want to be giving a spot to a guy that I think is going to be kind of league average, and say you get 400 at bats. I want dynamic. I want every position to be optimized based on you got the salary you have to tweak. You have the skill level. You have upside. Like I would go with someone like Jock over Jason Heyward because of the October thing, and I would have gone with Kike over Jason Heyward because of the position versatility, being able to play third base at the end of a game instead of Max Muncy. I think it's important. I think it's going to be really important. They're going to have to, in the playoffs, you got to scratch for every run. And every, I think on this chat, we talked a lot about it, or was checked a lot about it, was the Muncy defense and the risk that was there. And he didn't do anything to disprove the thoughts on this chat. So I can't believe they have Ryan Pepio so low. Huge mistake. That guy was really good this year. He only really had one bad game. Yeah. So let's see. Winter meeting's coming up, folks. We got if Alex Vescu is worth 17.9, like I said, I think all of us are gonna be willing to show for him to the airport. No offense, Alex. I know he's a San Diego guy. But, yeah. And he's been good. He's been good and bad. We also got Kyle Hurt with him. That was a really good trade. Under the radar, trading World Series hero Dylan Floro, who really just the one out to get a Rosarina, future Dodger. Yeah. Anything else? I actually have to go into work tomorrow. I've been working from home the last couple of days, just trying to make sure I wasn't sick. My wife got sick, but so far I've escaped it. I hope they get rid of Vest. Yeah. I just want different lefties in there, right? Hepatitis. See ya later. We just really need better lefties all around. It just didn't work, in my opinion. There were the trust level. Especially in Ohio, Caleb Ferguson, I think, had 4 or 5 losses in Ohio, something terrible like that. He went back to Ohio and his city was gone, man. He was not good over there. Let's see, I'm trying to, did something come up? I tell you, but the hot rumor today was Dylan Cease. What did you guys think? I had a tweet out. Did really well, actually, for some reason. 2. I want Jordan Montgomery. And then how about Jordan Montgomery and Yamamoto? Let's do it. Let's see. Where'd it go? Oh, I need to do my replies here. Gosh darn it. Sorry. Let's see. Yeah, at this point, I'm okay with them bringing up Gamboa. Yet Wroblewski. Yeah. Wroblewski's going to be real good. Dodgers sign Ohtani. Does that mean the end of Kershaw with the Dodgers? No. I don't think I think those are very mutually exclusive. They have nothing to do with each other. They're fine. I mean, during the All-Star game, in 2022, they had a really nice interaction. Kerr struck him out. Let's see. So Dodgers tailgate reported Dodgers among the most aggressive in trade talks with the White Sox for Dylan Cease per Ken Rosenthal, of course. Montgomery, Nimanaga, bring it. I'd do that. And then, I wrote, I'm conflicted about Dylan Cease. He's been very good and a bit bad. The cost will be painful, and if giving up some good prospects, it needs to be as much of a sure thing as possible. So if we're going to give up precious prospects that we know can be really good, possibly, it's got to be for a sure thing. And Cease, man, if they get Cease and he tanks, I think Hey, Dan. I think Friedman of course would love to have Kirsch back. He's a legend. They don't want Kirsch going anywhere. They'll give him. They'll do if Kirsch needs to sign with somebody to get all the rehab. That's for sure. If it doesn't cost Sheehan, Frasso, Rushing, DePaula, Yo Andres, then I'm okay with Cease. Yeah. Also, none of the major league guys. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of it, right? Yeah. Jordan is a safer bet. I agree. Burns. Yeah, my only issue with Burns is the 1 year thing. So I'd like to get Burns. And I'd rather have 1 year of Burns than 2 of Cease. I'll probably live to regret that. But it's also one of those things where, at the end of the day, I have a lot of trust in the front office. They do a great job. They're not perfect. They've made some mistakes. I think a lot of us could go start looking at some of those. But there's also a lot of successes. More successes than anything. Montgomery is Kershaw. Kershaw light. Yeah, okay. I'll take that. Montgomery proved himself, right? They need to free up roster spots. Hey, Michael, they will. That's why they're not announcing Heyward officially. That's just they let it leak out that he's going to be back, but it's unofficial, so they don't need to do anything. They will, of course, free up plenty of roster spots, and I would think a couple of those lefty relievers that have been around for the last few years, it's time to move on. I think maybe some of the more mediocre bullpen pieces, don't hold on to them unless you really think there's some huge upside. I think what I'm seeing is, put it this way, I'd rather get Shelby Miller back than bring some of these other guys back. But if you look at, of course, Evan Phillips and Brewstar, and then maybe Trinan, start going from there, start moving around from there. It looks pretty good. I'd take Yamamoto with Jordan. Oh, yeah. Imagine those two with Walker Buehler, Bobby Miller, and Pepio and Sheehan. Buehler and Walker is 1 and 2. Yamamoto 3 and Jordan 4. I hope Buehler's ready to be a 1. I want Kershaw out of here. Oh, time for a new era. Plus, they cater to him, they cater to Mookie, and they cater to Freddie, and they will cater to Ohtani. It's the way it is. I don't like it myself. South Strong. Rain, don't go in for Trout. Tour's a friend of mine. Trout straight across. The Angels would be stupid not to do something like that. They need to unload that contract. If they could unload all of it, it'd be great for them. He's only breaking down further. I wouldn't give up a ton for him, that's for sure. I think he's broken, and just all you got to do is look at Albert Pujols' last 10 years. He started slowing down in 2011, his last year with the Cardinals. Cardinals played that so smart. They gave him a really nice contract offer, but they knew it wasn't going to be enough, so they still look good. And then the Angels way overpaid for him. And they're still paying him $1 million a year to be some type of consultant. Absolutely insane. Just absolutely insane. So, with Albert, his body's so big, and Trout's a big boy too. And there's just so much. And they're not fat. Not at all. They're just big. That's what I'm with. Hepatitis is if you don't have to trade much, they just have to take on the money. And the Angels would be smart to do that, but they can't do that public relations wise. Trout for Outman, Taylor, and Cartaya, but Angels eat half of Trout contract. Angels would be stupid to do that, just because again, the public relations, it just would look terrible. And really Trout is not, he's a left fielder, future DH, future first baseman. I don't know, something like that. Do you think Samuel Munoz will start the season in Rancho? I do. high hopes for that guy, that young man. He's going to start developing some power. He's a nice pure hitter, but I'm excited about him. He's a young guy, 18, and he's another sweet swinger. He play outfield. He actually has played some third base, I thought. But I texted him once about that, and he says he played all outfield last year. Let's see what else is going on in the Twitter machine. Just seeing what's going on real quick. Nothing going on. A little bit of politics leaking in there. Sorry about that. I follow some people that are very political, but they're also Dodger fans. But if you're not, this is purely a Dodger account. This is my Tim Rogers 2080. Which pitching prospect do you think is ready? I think Hurt is ready, but who else will be ready for next year? So of the guys, let's go with the guys that have didn't debut. So that knocks even Kyle Hurt out of this. I think the next guy that's ready is Landon Knack. He's a starter though, but if you go, well, let's say that magically the Dodgers have health and they don't need Landon Knack. Nick Frasso is a reliever. I love that idea. Love it. Same with River Ryan. I think both River Ryan and Nick Frasso easily could be stud relievers. Same with Kyle Hurt. I think the Dodgers are set. Again, all right-handers though. Where's my lefties? Lefties, man, where you at? Need my John Rooney, man. Need to get him and Gamboa to get going. I'd love to see those guys make it. Two friends of the show for sure. Sorry, throat's it's wearing out. That's maybe because of winter, maybe because of my wife's cold that I may have touched on. They're saying Bo Bichette is not going to get traded. Yeah, that was kind of a short-term little trade. I think these names get thrown out there just for grins, and it's interesting. I'd love to have Bo Bichette, but it's not happening. I need to get more of an adjustable type thing here. It's kind of a mess. So yeah, all the pitching coming up right now is right-handed. They didn't put Gamboa on the 40-man, which is disappointing to me. They did put Frasso on. They put Knack on. Knack is definitely a play him or trade him guy. What do you think about Woods? Are you talking about Alex Wood? Former Dodger, current, well, I think free agent now. I love it. I loved him in the bullpen in 2020. I think Alex wants to get paid as much as possible, and I'm good with that. Only matter of time till Bobby Witt Jr. is a Dodger. I see you working. I like it. Yeah, why not? Yeah, it's funny because a team like the Royals, they had their one little run there, and they got a World Series out of it, which is really cool. And I was happy for them. I didn't like that Mets team. Dodgers should have won that World Series in 2015, but we had a terrible manager, and these guys didn't show up. Started Brett Anderson instead of Alex Wood. It was just insane. Yeah, and then just some bad manager decisions. Pedro Baez at the wrong time again. Cost Kershaw more innings or more earned runs. 2015, I was there for that final. I was also there when Chase Utley kind of laid out that guy. But the Royals had a nice little run. They had just that brief moment in time where they had a good group of players, but they couldn't hold on to any of them. So they'd have to go to Bobby Witt Jr. and go, hey, we want to do a Ozzie Albies contract with you, and he should laugh in their face. And then they should say, try an Acuna trade, and he should laugh in their face. He would he's going to hit free agency someday, and he's going to maybe be a Dodger. Maybe that'll be our Corey replacement eventually, Corey Seager replacement. Not that you could ever replace Corey Seager fully. He's a true Dodger. I wish he would stay a Dodger. Speaking of Dodgers, do have my Joe Kelly Fight Club shirt on again. What do you guys think? Bring Joe Kelly back one more year? I'd like to do that. Let's see. All right, it's been about an hour. So let's wrap this up. Tomorrow night, I will probably not be doing this show. I will be doing another show. I will get out the particulars for that when it comes out. But it's a different channel, different show. So it's nice to be asked to be on other shows. Very much appreciate that. Shout out to Cody Snavely for reaching out to me. So I'll be on, he's got a few channels. And so I'll be on one of his, talking about the Dodgers. Might be some Phillies in there. Please don't mention Corey, man. The tears, I know. Corey leaving the Dodgers hurts more than Belcher leaving us. Yeah, me too. Really watch Corey from the beginning. Went to his debut. Was sitting literally behind his parents at his debut. Royals, Pirates, Marlins, Tigers, and Guardians are the best trade partners for this offseason. And I'm going to throw in the Brewers too. I think they are wide open. Just depends. It's going to, if you want to free up a Corbin Burns, it's going to take quite a bit. They're silly if they hold on to Adames. If they can get quality for Adames, they should just do that. First of all, I think he's a little overrated. I like him defensively. I like his power, and that's it. I also like that he was the last out in the 2020 World Series. So don't forget that. Rest in peace to Julio Urias' career and his legacy. But that was it, right? His first hit off Colin Ray. I was there, yeah. He had 2 hits that day. One of them was a double. I remember, sitting behind his parents. A little bit of tears there when that happened. And the funny thing is, the guy I was hanging out with, who may have found a way to get him to sit with me, ran into him on Saturday at Costco. So it was good to see Justin Brower. Hats off to you, Justin. We were sitting behind Corey's parents, and it was really cool. Brewers have too many one-year guys. They do. They're just in that market, and they have to balance those things. So what do you do? And I think they have to pick and choose which years to win or to really go for it. And without Counsell I think is a really good manager. I think he's going to make a difference with the Cubs. But I also think the Cubs, they'll be interesting to see what they do. I think there's a romanticism about the Cubs still, even though they won their World Series. I think there's a little romanticism there. I'm not. But Counsell's a good one. If they get Cody back or they go all in on Shohei, which is a huge mistake. It's cold there, Shohei. You don't want that. You want to be in the nice warm weather. So you should go to the Dodgers. Shohei, listen, go to the Dodgers. It's warm. You have nice weather. It's the stadium you like to hit in. You'll be beloved and everything else like that. So, the Brewers are just some of these organizations. Their money is a weird situation. Plus, a lot of these guys have the weird issues with the cable stuff, right? With Bally Sports and all that stuff falling apart. See, okay, now we're talking. Shohei, Yamamoto, Woodruff. Yes, that's right. Brandon Woodruff signed that guy to 2-year contract. Miller, Pepe, Sheehan, 6-man rotation, 2025. As we say at work, ship it. Ship that. That's what you do. You get Yamamoto, you get Woodruff, then you got Miller, Pepe, Sheehan. Shohei comes. Maybe you have Burns for this year. Figure those things out, though. You gotta start working those things. And the Dodgers do. They have a really good way of looking at the vision. Sometimes, obviously, we don't agree with it, but they have vision. And Friedman has a plan. Now, the plan this year, and we've talked about this, the plan is not to sit there and nickel and dime every little free agent. You can nickel and dime some of the guys. The ones you want, you got to go get them. Shohei Ohtani. Shohei, Mr. Ohtani, what would you like for your contract? Oh, okay. Thank you. We will. Here you go. Same with Yamamoto or whichever. You target one of these starting pitchers, and it's not Giolito. You can nickel and dime him to death. I don't care because he's okay. But if you go with to Yamamoto, what's it going to take? And he says it. Just it's either yes or no. If it's way out of control, then you don't do it. But they should be Yamamoto 8-9 year contract doesn't bother me because, like Doug was saying, you're going to get him in his prime. You're not paying a 30-year-old pitcher. You're paying a 25-year-old pitcher. Yeah. It's your boy. Next week should be a fun week with the winter meet. Yeah, can't wait. See, 6-man rotation. Yeah, all right, rotate. I know. Okay, get Jordan Montgomery in there somewhere, right? It really could happen. I agree. Instead of giving Kershaw his annual $12 million, let's use that on a 2-year deal for Woodruff. Yeah, I just wonder what Kersh wants to do. I think I don't think he's coming back this year. I don't. I think his shoulder. I'm not hashtag not a doctor. Not even close. His shoulder surgery. If he comes back at all, it's going to be rough. And then it's like all of a sudden, oh, Doc's got Kershaw back. He's going to start him in game 1 because he had 2 good September starts. It's going to be something silly like that, which is just frustrating as heck. Right? Let's see. So, yeah. I would like to see Kershaw get his 3,000 strikeouts, and I'd like to see him have a parade with the Dodgers. That's it. He's been obviously one of the greatest of all time. He's been a great representative for as a human. He lives out his faith, they say faith without works is dead. Well, Kersh's faith is definitely not dead. Yeah, 2 good starts versus the Rockies. Yeah, no kidding. Just to make sure that's not in the 2024 NLDS when we get swept by the Rockies, right? Yamamoto being 25 is such a huge market breaker. Yeah. 78, get the most out of him. You could even give him an opt-out after 5 years. Fine. Go ahead. Get the best out of him. As trying the recovery time for shoulder surgery. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. He tried so hard, man, to come back. And I know he took a lot of heat for saying God healed him and all that, but Trinan's an interesting guy. He's definitely one of the smarter guys around. But I think part of that was the Dodgers worked with him and said, hey, go all in for 2022. Try to get back. We're going to make sure you have a contract. You'll be taken care of. You're not going to have to go out into free agency. And it didn't work out in 2022, and then 2023, same thing. But, they also had him. So he gets $1 million this next year. It kind of makes up for all the other last 2 years of being injured. And, maybe he really can come back and be a productive pitcher for us. Because when he's got video game stuff, right? But even so, I know he's, rest in peace to his career, but Julio Urias, he had his shoulder surgery in, I'm going to say May or June of 2017 and rehabbed in August of 2018 and then was on the roster at the end in September. And, really, but it took over a year. And that was a guy that was 22 years old or something like that. So maybe 21. I don't know. He was super young. He's had a lot of time off. He should be ready to go. At least I hope so. I do too. He's going to have this whole off season. Hopefully he's healthy because he started to pitch in OKC. It just didn't. It just the timing wasn't there. It just wasn't there. Same with like Daniel Hudson. They just ran out of time. So with Trinan, maybe he's ready to come back. Julio had the eye surgery. He did. Yeah, he did, but that didn't impact his recovery. But yeah, I know Julio had a lot of eye surgeries. A lot of it just to make sure he could see correctly. Your eye keeps dripping down, and it closes. It seemed like it was closing on him. I don't talk about Julio anymore. Yeah, it's heartbreaker all the way. Yeah, I just don't see Kirsch coming back that fast. And this is the first where it's part of the arm. Well, it's not really part. It's the shoulder, but he was falling apart at the end of the year. The velocity was 89, right? So, yeah, that was. We'll see. If Kirsch comes back, I'd like him to come back strong. If he's going to come back, but you know what? You don't count on him. You can't count on him. It's like this coming year, we're not counting on May. Can't count on Gonzalez. Those guys are not coming back this year, in the form that we would like them to be back. We're going to hopefully get a good 120 innings out of Buehler, and if they work the 6-man rotation, maybe he's good in October. That's the main thing, is build him up for October. I don't really care about April or May with Buehler. There's enough. Let these guys, if you do the 6-man rotation, you're really spacing it out, double some guys up, figure this thing out. You don't have to be traditional with these things. All right. 2025 Ohtani and Kershaw, 2 best arms. Wouldn't that be classic? I do like having Hall of Famers on the team. Even though Pujols was washed, totally washed, it was great having him on the team. It was great having Max Scherzer. He's a Hall of Famer on the team. They made it, on their plaques, it's going to say in the middle, Dodgers, Cardinals, or where you go, Mets, and then Rangers. So, yeah, it's really cool. It's cool to have those guys come through, and so it'll be cool if we can get Ohtani. He is a future Hall of Famer. He's such a unicorn. And, yeah. So I like collecting Hall of Famers. It's kind of cool to have them around. Okay. I got nothing else. Yeah, I said I doubt I'll be. Yeah, he was a great. I just loved having Pujols. Yeah. I don't think Albert was on PEDs, but things got a little weird. I know he went through a divorce, and I don't know what happened there. It was kind of very out of the blue. For a Christian man with 5 kids to get a divorce, a little weird. Now he's remarried. Who knows? Sometimes us gentlemen get to a certain age and we freak out. Fortunately, I didn't. I was too busy eating too much and coaching too much baseball. Too busy to do stupid things. Eating too much wasn't the smartest thing either, though. But yeah, Albert, I don't know I don't think he was on PEDs though. But he's just naturally a real strong man. And his swings, I've always loved his swing. Yeah, but who knows? I think that even if he wasn't, it wouldn't do anything about it. They loved Albert. They like the story. They like to do that stuff, right? They like to let the story happen, and they ignore, like they did in 1998 with Sosa and McGuire. They knew stuff was going on. Bud Selig let it go, though, right? The great enabler, as I like to call him. He's in the Hall of Fame. If Bud Selig's on the Hall of Fame, then you might as well let Bonds and Clemens and A-Rod and Palmeiro, all those guys, just let him in. Let him in the Hall of Fame. If you're going to let Selig in, then the rest of those guys, yeah. Pujols had the same lower back issues McGuire had. Yeah, and I think that's what also Trout's going to have. He's going to have a lot of that stuff. They're just too big. They're big men. And I used to weigh about more than 60 pounds than I do now. And it takes a toll on you. And even now I'm too much. I need to drop some more. It takes a toll on your back though, a lot. So, and these guys, it's muscle. Mine was just fat. Let Pete Rose in too. No, different. Not for me. I would never let Pete Rose in. He violated it's basically the death penalty. It's just like being executed. What he did was executable. Andrew Friedman already stated that the Dodgers will pay Kershaw if he wants to pitch and if he's able to pitch. Yep. Good. They should. You always take care of your legends. It's like when the Lakers took care of Kobe. You take care of your legends, and Kershaw is one of those guys. And if you know what, if he wanted to go, they'd let him go. That's why they don't do that qualifying offer for him. Let's see, Rent-A-Car where the Dodgers whiffed on Ichiro. Yeah, just a minute. I knew about this one. So this was different times where Ichiro was posted by his Japanese team, and the teams had to submit blind offers, and whoever did the most was the one that got him. I think Seattle's was 13 million, the Dodgers was 12. As a man would say, hiya. Yeah. Such a bummer. Ichiro is one of my all-time favorites. And he's amazing. 5'9", $160, one of the strongest arms I've ever seen. I'm about to run out of power, folks, so I need to sign off. All right, thanks, everyone. I will talk to you later. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Let's see.